Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Where have I been? Oh my God, where have I been? Welcome to all my new subscribers. Welcome to my old subscribers. Thank you so much for hanging in there. I'm afraid I've had some health challenges the last couple months, two of which have been resolved. One is still waiting for a trip to the cardiologist, which isn't going to happen till the end of September, so let's hope that I can keep the status quo and not end up in the emergency room because I can't get a doctor's appointment. Anyway, the energy that I had, I wanted to save for the readings that I had already scheduled. I must say that I've been reading for some really wonderful people. And interestingly enough, I've had some people who've passed over show up for a few of these readings. So apparently there's a little bit of mediumship going on with my readings. I do have openings in July. If anybody is interested in booking a reading with me, my website is littlebluelotus.org. I'd love to meet you and get to know you better and help you with whatever issues you're dealing with a reading. I do want to address an aspect that I'm having, that I've had since the spring, that a lot of you may have had as well, because it's kind of a generational thing. And that's when the transiting Neptune in the sky, went into Aries and is squaring your natal Uranus. So if you've got Uranus, the planet Uranus, in low degrees of Cancer, then you've had Neptune, the transiting Neptune, squaring it. That's a very stressful aspect. I'll tell you what happened, what has been happening. I'd like to hear if that's happening with you folks, is that, Neptune blows things up. It cracks things open. And Neptune tends to be secrets, delusions, illusions, deceptions that we've believed about ourselves or other people. And Uranus will crack it open so that, it's not a delusion anymore. You see the truth. That has been happening to me the last few months, and I'm telling you, it has been quite painful, quite eye-opening, quite emotional. It's been happening with some friends, with a few family members, learning the truths about people that you've been close to and have loved for a long time has not been easy. Seeing people's true colors, and not in the pretty Cyndi Lauper kind of way, true colors, has been very difficult for me as a Pisces. And with somebody with Neptune in the first house natally, I tend to look at people through rose-colored glasses, which, ignorance is bliss. It really is. So let me know in the comments below if that's been happening to you. If you're in my age group, that's either been happening or it will happen next year when Neptune continues on its merry way in Aries. So, fun times. Let's take a look at what's going on this month. I have notes for the first 2 weeks in June. I had the intention of doing this a couple weeks ago, everybody, but again, life got in the way, so I'm going to do my best to talk about what the planetary energies are this month, and more specifically, the last half of this month. So, the theme for this month of June is courage. Wow. It takes courage to try something new. It takes courage to heal. It takes courage to ask for help. It takes courage to say no. It takes courage to say yes. It takes courage to speak your truth. It takes courage to see that everything is spirit. It takes courage to open your heart. It takes courage to be yourself. It takes courage to let go of the past. It takes courage to be disciplined and practical and move forward in these times of crazy change. So, it takes courage to do what you know is right for you and others. So all these things are manifesting this month in some way. It's another interesting month of potential that has its ups and downs. This is not about how change is coming. We're in the middle of it. So it's all about how we handle it. We all have something we have to be more courageous about. For some of it's relationships. For some of it's looking internally at our own dysfunction and our own fears. That takes courage. It takes courage to take advantage of the new energy that's coming in. You know, so many of us cling to the past because it's familiar. It takes courage to let go. And I'm telling you, trust me, if we let go of those fears, if we start to trust, if we start to tune into some of the positive, powerful energies that are coming to us right now to help us change, reinvent, reimagine, and move forward in those new dreams, it will pay off big time. Look what happened last weekend. We had the No Kings protest. I'm hearing 11 million people turned out in this country. In this country, 11 million people turned out. People were protesting all over the globe in solidarity and support of us. That's the payoff. And I think that there was very little disruption, very little violence. Of course, there was some, but not nearly what we were afraid that might have happened. Not nearly. You see what I'm saying? If we step forward in courage, leave the fear behind, leave the uncertainty behind, we get paid off big time. Big time. So, there's an underlying theme of power this month. Personal power. What does power mean to you? How has it manifested in your life up to now in your life? Is it something that you have? Is it something you can express? The question of power, its use, its abuse, and the balance of power. How is that affecting you personally in your life this month? How do we react to this? It's about how we can focus on healing our own issues around personal power instead of fretting and judging about what's going on out there. Kind of a distraction. Remember, this is a year of artisanal creativity with lots of opportunity to reinvent and recreate both our belief systems and the structures for manifesting the life we want. I don't know about you, but this has been something I've been wrestling with the past month and a half, 2 months. I have to find new ways of doing things that, just when I was starting to get comfortable with a new way of doing things that started a couple years ago. Now I have to make some shifts. We all have to make some shifts. It's scary. It's uncomfortable. It's like, God, how much more do we need to shift? How much more lessons are we having to learn? But this is not the time to be caught up in the strife and the struggle. There are plenty, like I said before, plenty of astrological influences this month that can support abundance, prosperity, and success in manifesting. The key will be the access to your courage, to our courage, to my courage, as well as your inner confidence and intuition that confirms you're on the right track. There will be signs and miracles that help you know that you're on the right track. Just be open. We are tested this month. Can we be flexible? Can we truly let go of our limitations? Do we have the courage to face whatever needs to be accepted, changed, or embraced? Your determination, stamina, and perseverance, resolve, and discipline will be needed this month, and it will pay great dividends. So, if you follow through, we may need to close the door to open another door. This takes courage. We may need to move beyond our comfort level in order to reach the next step. This takes courage. This month is full of ups and downs. We need to be flexible in our judgment and in our plans. So, what is happening? What is happening June 16th to the 22nd? We have a window for recreating, reusing, reinventing, and breathing new life into stagnant structures and outdated plans. I've been doing that. Have the courage to make the adjustments needed to match your intentions and expectations. This is a great time of potential. Manifesting, however, the structures that need to be changed to allow space for our new dreams, desires. Pay attention to what wants to leave and what wants to come in. Sometimes others can see what you can't, so trust your closest friends, unless they're one of those people that are revealing their true colors to you. This is a time for looking closely at illusion, what is true in life and what's just a manifestation of fear and escapism. How many of us have been binging too much TV? That's escapism. Watch that little voice inside that tries to tell you, you can't do this. You're too old, you're too young, you don't have the money, it's not time, it's too late, you don't have it what it takes. It takes courage to shut that voice down. And that is exactly what we need to do. Shut it down. And then use discipline to step forward with your plans and your best future. Now, June 20th, we have a solstice, Friday the 20th. Solstices and equinoxes are always markers for change, leaving behind one cycle to move into another, the beginning of something new. It's also a time of honoring what we've been learning the past 6 months, 4 months from the last equinox that we've had. It's always a good idea to do something to celebrate this shift. Think about your intentions, light a candle, have a fire ceremony, have a ceremony with other people that are of like mind to you. It's a very powerful time when we have a solstice and an equinox. Very powerful. Take advantage of that energy. The 23rd to the 30th, there's a window that supports power and leadership. Who is in charge of your life? Always keep the big picture in mind. And you know, this is what I find is so helpful when I do readings. And I keep forgetting to do that for myself. When I do a reading for someone, I often see the arc of their life. And when I can express the arc to the person I'm reading for, it helps them get perspective. It helps them see that other things are coming up. Good things are coming up. We're not stuck. We're really not stuck. So the 23rd to the 30th, we're going to be able to see more clearly the big picture. Be willing to have the discipline and courage to do what it takes. It's time that supports new ideas, hard work, grounded, practical action. Any kind of decluttering still needed. You know who you are. Some of you still have a lot of decluttering to do. Inspiration, personal expansion. And you know, when we have expansion, there's always some drama. Stay in your lane. Don't engage. Especially the new moon is coming up on June 25th. It's in Cancer. As if we needed any more emotionality and hypersensitivity. Pay attention to your own emotional well-being. Do your own work. Do your own healing and navigating the ups and downs of the order that's coming out of the chaos. So, hopefully I will be able to do another video for the new moon, and we see how the month of June is going to end up. I am doing a live video with a new person this Thursday June 19th at 12 o'clock Pacific time. Her name is Aley Martin. She's a fascinating person. I'm a guest on her show. She is at Heart and Soul Connected on YouTube. We're going to be talking about my background. A lot of you know a lot of my background already. A lot of you may not know. How did I get started doing this? What huge life event pushed me on this path? And then we're going to talk about the United States chart, the astrological chart for the United States, talk about some spiritual lessons that the United States is learning and what we can expect in the near future for the US. I want to leave you all with an idea. We've been hearing it over and over from our spiritual teachers on YouTube, from our inner higher self, that we all chose to be here at this time of chaos and pain and growth. We all chose to be here. But as humans, in the middle of this experience of chaos and pain and suffering and growth, it's hard to grab that feeling of, oh yeah, I'm supposed to be here and this is what's supposed to be happening now. And so I was reminded of, in The Lord of the Rings, one of my very, very favorite movies, when Frodo says to Gandalf, I wish it need not have happened in my time. And Gandalf says, so do I. And so do all who live to see such times. But it is not for them to decide. It's not for us to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. That is where we are right now. We're approaching the belly of the beast. We're not quite in the belly of the beast, but we're very close. So I think it's helpful to remember what we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. Thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you again very soon. Thank you for all your blessings, your well wishes, and your love and affection. Thank you for hanging in there. And I will see you all next time. Oh, and by the way, this is Little Blue Lotus coming to you from beautiful downtown Santa Clarita, California. Until next time, bye-bye.